The funeral of Queen Elizabeth will take place on Monday, September the 19th, 2022, at Westminster Abbey. Kate, the Princess of Wales, are likely to be wearing black veils on the day of the Queen's funeral next week, due to a long-held royal tradition. The typically black lace veil is symbolic as it demonstrates that the one who wears it is in mourning. There is also a more practical element to the accessory. It allows the wearer the privacy to grieve, as it is more difficult for others to see their face. Princess Kate wore a subtle mourning veil attached to a black fascinator when attending the funeral service of Prince Philip in April 2021. For the Duke of Edinburgh's funeral, Kate donned a veil that looked more like a netting. This was attached to her hat and which covered just half of her face, resting just above her eyes. The Duchess of Cambridge paid tribute to Prince Philip by wearing a necklace with a special connection to the Duke at his funeral. Kate wore a black Catherine Walker coat, a matching face covering and fascinator, and pearl drop earrings which belonged to the Queen. The Duchess appears to have only worn a necklace publicly once before, at the Queen and Duke of Edinburgh's 70th wedding anniversary dinner at Windsor Castle in November 2017. The Duchess will wear a piece of jewellery with a subtle nod to the late Queen on Monday too, and pearls would be a good choice as Her Majesty liked them so much. On 2019, Duchess Kate attended the annual Remembrance Sunday service at the Cenotaph in London. Kate looked exceedingly smart in a black fascinator, which partially covered her face, and a tailored coat dress. The Duchess of Cambridge paid her respects as she stood on the balcony of the Foreign and Commonwealth Office building. On Tuesday, April, the royal family gathered to celebrate the life and legacy of Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh. Catherine was elegant as she joined by her husband Prince William and their eldest children Prince George and Princess Charlotte at Westminster Abbey for Prince Philip's memorial service. The mother of three looked poised as she wore a navy Alessandra rich gown which she paired with a smart hat, as she was joined by her husband for the event. Meanwhile, the Duchess also donned Diana's Collingwood earrings for the service at Westminster Abbey. Kate regularly wears jewellery that honours her mother-in-law, including her sapphire engagement ring, which once belonged to Diana. Female members of the royal family wore the veils to Prince Philip's funeral in April 2021, but opted for a more subtle version of the traditional long black tulle veil worn by royal family members in the early to mid-1900s. Mourning dress has been part of European royal culture for centuries, but it reached its peak in the 19th century with the influence of Queen Victoria, who set a standard for the rest of society to follow.